My name is Alara Quinn. I'm 27 years old. At my own sister's wedding, she stood in front of everyone and accused me of having an affair with her husband. My own husband stood there, nodded, and said nothing to defend me. In a matter of seconds, the entire room turned against me, until I took out my phone and pressed play. Before I tell you what happened next, just remember this truth has a way of revealing itself at the perfect moment. The wedding hall glowed under soft golden lights. Every table was decorated with fresh flowers. Gentle music floated through the air, and laughter filled the space. It looked like something out of a dream. My younger sister, Leela, sat on the stage in her white dress, radiant and glowing, exactly how she had always imagined her wedding day. From the outside, everything was perfect. I stood near the back, holding a glass of water, quietly observing. Across the room, my husband, Adrian, was laughing with relatives, completely at ease. He always knew how to carry himself in a crowd, confident, charming, untouchable. As I watched him, my mind drifted back to what I had discovered 3 weeks earlier. Leela and I had always been close. We shared a room growing up, whispered secrets late into the night, built a bond that felt unbreakable. When she met Marcus, her now husband, I was genuinely happy for her. He seemed kind, dependable, the kind of man you could trust. But everything changed one ordinary evening. Adrian had left his phone on the kitchen counter while he was in the shower. A message lit up the screen. Does she suspect anything? Leela. My heart didn't race. I didn't panic. I just froze. Then I picked up the phone and read everything. 7 months. 7 months of lies, of secret meetings, of stolen moments. 7 months of family dinners where they both smiled at me like nothing was wrong. I put the phone back exactly where it was. I didn't cry. I didn't confront them. I made a decision. I would wait. Over the next 3 weeks, I became someone I barely recognized. I gathered everything: messages, call logs, photos, recordings, every detail, every lie. And when I had enough, I waited for the perfect moment. The wedding. The evening unfolded beautifully. Dinner, dancing, speeches. Our parents were glowing with pride. Marcus's family seemed warm and welcoming. I sat at the family table, Adrian beside me, occasionally brushing his hand against mine like everything was normal. I let him. He had no idea what was coming. About an hour into the reception, Leela stood up and took the microphone. Can I have everyone's attention, please? The music stopped. Conversations faded. All eyes turned to her. She smiled, then slowly looked directly at me. Before we continue, she said softly, there's something everyone deserves to know. A ripple of confusion passed through the room. My sister, she continued, her voice lowering, has been having an affair with my husband. The reaction was immediate. Gasps, whispering, shock. My mother stood up, stunned. My father looked like he couldn't process what he'd just heard. Marcus stepped forward quickly. That's not true, he said firmly. I have proof, Leela replied calmly. The screen behind her lit up. Photos appeared, me and Marcus standing close, moments twisted to look intimate. Then messages fabricated, edited, fake, but convincing. The room shifted. Judgment replaced confusion. And then Adrian stood up. I didn't want to believe it, he said slowly, looking down. But I've noticed things too. Those words. That was the moment something inside me went completely cold. The room turned on me fully. My own mother looked unsure. My own husband had just confirmed a lie. Leela looked at me with something that resembled guilt, but she hid it behind righteousness. I'm sorry, she said softly. Everyone deserved to know. They expected me to break, to cry, to defend myself desperately. Instead, I smiled. The room went still. What's so funny? Someone whispered. Nothing, I said calmly. Nothing at all. I reached into my bag and took out my phone. I just think, I continued, if we're sharing truths, we should share all of them. I walked to the screen, disconnected her device, and connected mine. A video appeared. A dimly lit hotel restaurant. A corner booth. Adrian and Leila sitting across from each other. His hand wrapped around hers, not casually, but intimately, comfortably, like it wasn't new. A sound escaped my mother, half gasp, half disbelief. The room fell silent. Then came the audio. Adrian's voice, clear and calm. The wedding is perfect timing. Everyone will be emotional. No one will think clearly. Lila's voice followed, quieter. And if she tries to defend herself, she won't, he replied. Not in front of everyone. A pause. And after the wedding? I file for divorce before she recovers. Another pause. And then it's finally us. The audio ended. No one moved. No one spoke. Then my father stood up. He walked straight toward Adrian. Get out, he said quietly. Adrian tried to speak, but my father didn't let him finish. Get out of this hall. I looked at him and simply added, you heard him. Leila tried to slip away, but my mother stepped in front of her. Sit down, she said soft, but final. Leila sat. Marcus's father stood up next. This wedding, he said slowly, is over. And just like that, it was. What followed was chaos, tears, apologies, explanations that meant nothing. My mother held my hand the entire time. At one point, she leaned close and whispered, how long have you known? 3 weeks, I said. She looked at me, stunned, then pulled me into an embrace. And for the first time since that night in the kitchen, I felt everything. Adrian left that night. The divorce was filed within days. Leila and I haven't spoken since. Years of sisterhood, gone in a single moment. A week later, my father called. Are you okay? He asked. I thought about it. I will be, I said. There was a pause. I should have trusted you, he said quietly. You didn't know, I replied. You're my daughter, he said. I should have known. Now I wake up in a quiet house. Sometimes it feels empty, but it's honest. It's peaceful. It's mine. And sometimes I think back to that moment when the entire room turned against me, when my own husband stood up and chose a lie, and I remember what I did next. I didn't scream. I didn't beg. I smiled, and I pressed play. Because the most powerful revenge isn't anger. It's the truth revealed at exactly the right moment.